Time to go racing. Good to be back. For about a month, we're getting back into it. I think I'm ready to get this thing going. We'll give it a few minutes as we usually do for arrivals. That's usually what that intro music has always been for. Which that was by Ethan Mikesel. I think I'm saying that correctly. You might recognize that from the NCCS sign-up video, but good to see Mr. Bouchard, Kukalan, and then of course Viper Ghost. Thank you for coming by. We are here to kick off the Matco Tools Truck Championship second season. We wish you were doing a Kukan for this one. Well, just kind of getting back into the swing of things, so we should probably do it solo for now. Although I'm sure there's definitely going to be some rust, so forgive me in advance. Just thought I'd throw that out there. But this is Daytona, the Matco Tools 200. And trust me, these starting positions are as irrelevant can get. This is going to be about as cycle racing as you're probably going to see in either series. But did my best to make it as interesting as possible. No pit stops as usual. Some things never change. I'm going to be trying to just stick to the same format. And we'll see what happens. What is Matco? Matco is well, I don't know if it still exists, but all I know Matco Tools from is their sponsorship of drag racer Antron Brown and Whit Bazemore for a good while. Hence the inspiration behind that. Good to see you, Mr. Brandon G. Back from the dead yet again. Oh, hey, that makes two of us. Good to see you, Nathan and Sebastian. You know how much I don't like that. Please don't do that. Anyways, don't want to delay this too long, so as is usual, gotta look at the top 10 starting positions. We got the legend himself, Zachary Fitzwater. He is on the pole position. Truck number 84. What a job there. Jeff Scott is in second place to his outside truck number 3. You don't have to be quiet. You can talk. You can talk if you want to. You are just fine. Michael Canto and Mark Davidson in the second row. Carter Friesen, Alger Baranowskis, Josephine O'Neill, and the returning Griffin Lynn. My gosh, when was the last time we've seen that name? And then also Christian Vargas and Adam McDowell in the top 10. Full screen. Is everything... Making sure it's only set to NR, which according to this it is. I'm sorry, I would fix that, but that would... I'm afraid I can't stretch it any more than that. Sorry. I do not know how to fix that. Oh yeah, okay. Sup, Joe? Good to see you, man. So all 42 trucks are set and ready for 30 laps. Man. Got some big names in this too. This is pretty darn cool. Good to be back. Good to go racing again. As usual, we're just here to have fun, have a good time, enjoy some good old NR racing. And on that note, I say we go ahead and get this baby started. Matco Tools 200, the Matco Tools Truck Championship, and NR 2003 in general is back. Let's get it going with the command, and we'll go racing for the first time in a good while, aka about a month. So not that long, but you know what I mean. Let's just do it.
Drivers, start your engines!
And our good buddy Alan Perez is good. Still good to see you popping in, man. That's awesome. Yeah, hopefully this race doesn't turn into that. According to testing, it shouldn't. Heck, if testing was any indicator, we might be in for a caution-free race here. But we'll wait and see. Expect a lot of 3 wide. These guys should be able to handle that, no problem. Time to start the series sponsored by a company that almost no one knows about. Well, hey, it's unique at least. Matco Tools. I don't know if it's even still a thing, if that company died out or not. Just making sure all the trucks are actually starting this thing. There we go. Fitzwater and Scott on the front row. It's been a month, but we are back to racing in TRN. Carter Friesen takes the lead here. Looks like he led that first lap. Indeed he did. As we're just going to see the cycle start to take hold on everyone out there. Oscar Anderson pushing Jonathan Garsick to the front in the 58. A lot of returning guys in this one. And, hey, Luke Rainey, it's good to have you here nonetheless. Whoa! Already getting a little pulled there, trying to throw the block on the 8. But that was not going to work. The 8 is Nathan Ormond. And yeah, this is definitely a case where you're not going to hold the lead for more than half a lap. Which I tried to get it the other way around, but it looks like just the CTS physics and the amount of air that these things move around them just ain't going to work quite as much. Daytona and trucks, always fun. Yeah, should be good stuff. I do know that right now as we speak, it's WWE Extreme Rules. I did hear about that, but I'm not paying for pay-per-view, so I'm just doing this. I'm watching this. I'm watching that and this race. Nice. I mean, I'm casually keeping up with what all is going on in WWE, but yeah, it's entertaining. Eli Bright, NCCS champ, and yeah, that's what always baffles me is whenever they do that. I do have it in simulation mode. I know it looks like it's in arcade mode right now, as I'm just going to adjust here. But I can assure everyone, it is in simulation. And I think when we have the NCCS race, it should be a little more of the actual, like once you take the lead, you can at least hold it for a while, which personally is the type of racing that I prefer. Then it should be good stuff nonetheless. As I see everyone coming in here, it is great to have everyone here. If you don't think about it, if they didn't slide up, we would have freight trains. That is true. I'll take this over freight train any day. But there are some tracks that have that. Paris. And he's going to have everyone here, all 13 people, and check this out. All this is going on. Jesse Turner. Wait, there's a big name for you. There's the number 75, took the lead there briefly. We've got some pretty big names in this field here in the Matco Tools Truck Championship, including Seth Cole, Jesse Turner, Dylan Young, Marty Johnson, to name a few. We also have a lot of returning guys in this, and gals for that matter. Drivers that we have not seen for quite a while, including Dawson Wheeler, Jonathan Garsick, Hannah Higdon is in this race. Griffin Lynn, LJ Toledo, all in this race as well and in this series. And it is pretty darn cool to have them back. These drivers better be thankful Stenhouse isn't on the track. And that is understandable. Good to see JJ and Ben Crouch as Adam McDowell in the 54 to the point here, at least briefly. And your truck is at the back at the moment, but with how this cycle racing's going, it ain't going to stay there, especially now that it's found its way to the inside lane. And to give you an idea, Carter Friesen led a lap. He's now last. It's just going to be how it all goes down here throughout the course of this race. Elijah Goins' development driver in the 31. That is Emily Anderson. Got up here briefly, now put into the middle lane. That's Patrick Smith in the 19. Trey Wright pushing the 14 of Joe Jefferson. Gonna be a tight one to lead this lap. Wow. And it was indeed the 19. Okay. You don't promote, like, just random promotion like that too much, but a little bit is just fine. Especially if it's of someone else. Sebastian Kukal on the 32 coming up here, and the returning Griffin Lynn. Pushed by the returning Hannah Higdon. And then Dylan Young behind them. Pretty cool to see all these faces out there on track. Already taking lap 9 this time by. Is this 2014? Yes, sir, it is. CWS, or, right? Yeah, CWS 14 is the proper name of this mod. A little lesser known mod. And after taking some polls and asking some questions, it was decided that this mod would be used. We went through and created the roster all together, and here it is in its glory. You can't see their faces, they're inside the trucks. Suck it. You got me there, as Kristen Vargas in the Mad Vapes 35. One of the kind of meme schemes. That always seems to be a bit of a trend. There always has to be at least one or two meme schemes in every series that I do. In the NCCS, that'll be the O2. Well, you didn't come by the screens, so that must have been that one. Marty Johnson is in that 23. My gosh, is it cool to have him on board for this one. Used to be a super interesting. But yeah, what did I tell you? Mark Davidson, Carter Friesen, in the course of about 2-3 laps, have already gone from last to first. The dreaded case of the cycle racing, which again, not the biggest fan of, and I'll take it over anything that isn't freight train racing like we sometimes see in real life. Talladega Spring. After you got less active, community group did as well. Maybe you can bring it back. I don't know. Just kind of treating everything as just something fun to do, and I have to admit that almost became a source of stress. So I'm just doing my own thing at this point. Well, just be glad that it's a girl in the O2 Sienna Mo, one of my real life friends. That is true. That is true. They did specifically say, "Hey, I want the Powerpuff Girls car." So good on her there, as 98 leading at the moment. Eli Bright looking to take it back, and driver making his debut here, Ethan Matheson. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. If not, I do apologize. Driving the number 13, already approaching halfway here at Daytona. Who's in the 17? The 17, I think, is Matthew Phillips, which is a name that we all know and love. Barrett Jackson Series champion. Which, speaking of champions, I'm just going to tease it a little something here. There is another idea that I have, although some of y'all might know what that is. Is that 4 wide? Yes, it is. Just about, although it looks like they're going to settle it down. That got a little sketchy there. And I think that was the 29 that settled in line on the outside lane. Smart move there. Wow. Maddie, they're 96. Is there a 96? I can't remember. All I know is that you're not in the 96, and there is no 96. You're in the 39. Which, go and look for the 30 really quick. 30 at the moment is on the inside lane, so he's going to make up plenty of ground pretty quick, and right in front of him is the 39, so that's perfect. 30 splitting the two teammates there. Sounds like IROC. You ain't far off. It pretty much will be. It won't be with an IROC mod though, but I'm just gonna, yeah, there's gonna be something for the past channel champions, as suggested by our buddy Dale Salzman, who, by the way, is looking for the lead here in the number 5. But yes, it is going to be happening. It is planned. I just don't know what mod or what it's even going to be called. I don't want it to be called like the Tournament of Champions or something like that. I want it to be something unique. So yeah, there you go. Here comes Colton Yo in the number 9 in the inside lane. Yeah, I'll have to dig through because it will be including all past champions that I can think of from even the previous channels. But I don't want to go into that too much until I know more. I want to have a proper live stream announcement of that at some point, where I can actually go through and see who all would be eligible. Matthew Hartford looking for the lead here in the 39. His teammate Hannah Higdon, the 93, who, I have to admit, took me aback that she came back. But good to have her back nonetheless. She's going to get put in the middle lane by Anna McDowell, taken halfway this time by, as the cycle racing continues. What? Sorry, that was kind of funny. Dylan's championship counts towards me. I'm just going to point this out. If you're a past champion on some other channel, that doesn't count. But you are a past champion on this, so yes, you are in. There's a number of names that come to my mind, although there's a number that I know I'm missing, so I'll have to think about that and probably just see what everyone can remember. Some that I know for sure would be eligible for that will include Ben Crouch, Matthew Phillips, Isaac Snyder, Tom Jonas. They're crashing! Oh man, that's the big one at the back. Caution is out, and involved is Eli Bright, Wyatt Quayle, Nathan Ormond. Sliding is Dawson Wheeler. LG Toledo with some side damage there. Michael Canto through the grass. And that is trouble. Just past the halfway point. Well, at least I didn't say roads into Crafton. Jeff Scott also with some side damage on the number 3. Leading at that caution was Trey Wright and the number 34, as they took lap 17. We got more song lyrics. And yeah, Hannah is in this. She signed up to my surprise. I thought I said Stenhouse wasn't in this. Well, let's see. Who Stenhouse did? If you can even call it that. That looks like a 4-wide situation to me. And Jeff Scott on the inside lane. Going to get, looks like, hooked by Sebastian Kukulon in the 32. And then everyone else just nowhere to go. That's Zachary DeLello in the 29. Not sure if he got any contact or not. Crafting up and over. Yeah. Did Larry Hagan, the 77, did he get anything? I'm not too sure there, but that was definitely caused by the 4-wide situation, and then the 3 and the 32 making contact. And then everyone else, just an innocent bystander. As is per usual in these big ones. This should be a good view of it. Number 8 also getting collected there. Dawson Wheeler sliding up. Michael Canto getting some damage. Wow. Your number is 99, as per usual. Highest number for the most part. So some tough breaks there. We'll see how many of them will be able to continue on unscathed. Dawson Wheeler coming off of pit road, as is Nathan Orman, Michael Canto off of pit road, and there is a gap between first and second. Something happened to whoever was running in second. Someone threw the dirt down here, and problems. Who's that? That looks like Mark Davidson. I can get to him, and indeed it is from second place, and already we have an engine failure. Under caution. And that is going to be it for Davidson. Dang. You don't see too many engine failures. But first race, and already there it goes. Ratings are set from 80 to 90, which is a little lower than where I usually have them, but still, that's pretty high in terms of reliability. So that is pretty darn surprising. We'll have to take a look then and see exactly what the issue is there. So that will now move Patrick Smith into second place. Lights are still on. Top 10 will be Trey Wright, Patrick Smith, Gatlin Downey in the 03, Daniel Bouchard, Matthew Phillips are the top 5. Then Emily Anderson, Marty Johnson, Jacob Dillons. I'm going to have a hard time with that name all season. Joe Jefferson and Griffin Lynn, excuse me. Top 10 there. It's got an arc engine in it. You're not sure there. You definitely had enough power, though. You were keeping it up front there for a good while. And the camshaft, according to this, is what went on that truck. Also out of the race as a result of that incident, LJ Toledo, Eli Bright, and Wyatt Quayle of 57. Tough one there. And yeah, y'all got a lot of teammates. Let's see, on the same on your team is Nathan Stapleton, Emily Anderson, Sebastian Kukalan, and Cody Reynolds, I believe. Normally I would scream something about championship implications, Rick Allen style, but this is the first race of the season, so, well, if you think about it, there's no chase, so, yeah, technically, you can call that championship implications. Lost a lobe on the cam. Oh, okay. The official word there from Mark Davidson's crew. Arc break there for the 99. Back up to you. So it'll be 10 laps. We'll see how this will go. And don't be calling everyone leeches. I mean, this is a whole separate series, pretty much. Just saying. Y'all leeches go back to Classic Cup. Oh, Lord. I mean, this is practically its own deal, so it's not like it's a development series. It's the second season of it as well. Which, reigning champ, Samantha LeBron, not in this. Which, little elbow there to Brandon. Unless, never mind, I should shut up now. Which, by the way, also Samantha LeBron would qualify for that champions thing that I'm doing. Just saying, just throwing that out there to you, Brandon. Just in case. I never signed up for NCCS. I could have sworn you got a car, but I don't remember. First race for that is planned for Tuesday at about the same time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, as the pace truck pulls in. 10 laps to go, single file here on the restart. We're back at it. Good jump there for the 34. But this is definitely going to be a long enough run that we're going to start to see that cycle take hold before it's all said and done. Already guys stepping out of line. Didn't get the memo. When they keep up to date, boy. No, I'm just kidding. I might have gotten the last car. You may have. I think you got the 96. I think that's, yeah, I think you got the 96. I think that's the one. So Patrick Smith is already taking the lead away. I remember when I choked up 2 championships in 2 series on this channel. Well, hey, you got yourself an opportunity. Being in the NCCS now, as Smith is going to lead with 9 laps to go. Marty Johnson has found his way to the inside lane. But as we're going to start to see the field bunch back up, it's going to just be all about timing at this point. And some good luck. As, oh dear, Michael Canto not even getting out of 3rd gear. 167 miles an hour. 30 miles an hour slower than everyone else. I think they might have enough time that they're going to catch him. That is going to be a problem. See anyone else? And he's Larry Hagan without a hood. Nathan Orman off the pace. Dawson Wheeler struggling. Even Zachary DeLello just trying to hang it in there in the back. This is not going to be good, though, if they catch that 0-2, which he is almost 40 miles an hour off the pace. Just stuck in 3rd gear. Yeah, they're already halfway to him. As Stapleton takes the lead. He might LePage him. I don't know, as yet another returning driver that I completely forgot to mention. Cody Reynolds in the 33. First time I've seen him since NCCS Season 2 that I can remember, at least in a proper series. He was involved in the NR 2003 big one for Team TRN, which was pretty cool to have him on board for that. Dr. Baranowskis doing pretty well so far. Pole sitter back up here. But it's all going to come down to this gentleman right here when they catch him. He's coming out of turn 4. We're going into turn 4, out of turn 4. We are down the back straightaway. It is definitely going to happen. I really don't see how that has anything to do with it. And just really quick while I'm thinking about it, because I did get pretty invested in this, a lot more so than I usually do, but a big congrats to France on winning the World Cup. Ethan Matheson takes the lead in the 13. 6 laps to go. Rob Evans, the 00. Good to have him back on board. Dude, just Monica Trippi drew. Okay, that would be an interesting crash comp. As I'm looking up the road, the 02 heading into turn 3. 15 coming up to the lead, but he might get hung out by the 58. He will. 15 is Seth Cole. And Jonathan Garsick. Was that 4 wide there? I'm not too sure. They're definitely getting a little more antsy. As Garsick takes the lead, Friesen. The reason I'm going back here is because I just saw, looked like someone was starting to lose the draft, or was I looking at Dylan Young? No, that was Young, okay. As we are about imminent on the 02, about another half lap to a lap away. Oh, here we go. Here we go. As the new leader, the 7. Although he has nowhere to go, and that is that for the outside lane. Everyone's slamming on the brakes. Who's going to get impatient? Seth Cole is. And that is 4 wide, and they are going to go around. Patrick Smith. Is that a caution? And did the leaders take it yet? They did. And the leader is Trey Wright in the 34. And I think that has ended the race. Impatience took hold. And we saw the 4 wide. And that is that. 34. Looking pretty good there. Griffin Lynn second at the line. Emily Anderson, Daniel Bouchard, and Zachary DeLello, after being involved in that accident, comes back to 5th. Sebastian Kugelon looks like we've had some ARCA brakes. Oh yeah, we definitely did. There's going to be some heartbreak in that one. That's tough right there. I mean, that really should have... Yeah, that 02, that's about as slow as you can humanly get in this. But it was Seth Cole in the number 15 trying to get to the inside lane. But then that hole closed up and 4 wide was the result. And we all know how little that works. And then contact between the 19 and the 13 was what triggered that. Look at this, just dragging it along. Jonathan Garsick in that. And there's the ARCA brakes, and Kukulon going airborne. Spinning around as Jeff Scott the 3. And on his roof. And you're darn right that their people would be losing their minds and Michael Canto would become the new Kyle Busch. Man, that was hard right there. We'll get a quick onboard here, and then we'll go more in-depth with this once they take the checkered flag properly. Marty Johnson's going to get a good view of this. In the 23, let's see what he saw. Checking up there. And around they go. Just missed that one. Good avoiding job by a number of other drivers, including Hannah Higdon and Nathan Stapleton by the looks of it. And Cody Reynolds, 33. Gavin Downey. That could have been worse. But still, not how you want to see a race end. So as we'll cut back to a live shot. Checking up here at the front. Trey Wright just has to make it around. And that's it. Now I might be wrong unless this track has 4-lap cautions. I mean, we'll confirm that and see if the lights go out this time. If they do, well then, oh boy, 1-lap shootout. But I doubt it. And Nathan, I think you did. Or either that or you were just checking up to avoid that, but I'm not sure if you got any damage from that. I tried to beat Larson 2013 Xfinity. Oof! That'd be pretty ugly. So let's see, lights going out. Kukulon's still sitting there. I highly doubt it. And no, they didn't. So that is it. They just have to make it back around. He went under the line. And Cumber has... Or no, it's Cucumber. Cucumber has 13th place finish. 13th? 23rd. Jeez. See, I told you I'd be rusty. That is Larson's truck. That is very true. So I'm just going to kind of blip the accelerator here. Just to kind of keep going, make sure no one blows up like the 99 did. Who finished 13th? Oh, you mean my error. Oops. How the heck you get 13th from 23rd, fool? Because I'm reading very quickly. Yeah, no surprise there. For all those that were out of the race. Yeah, tough breaks there, not how they wanted to start their seasons. But hey, they still got plenty of time. This is a 15 race season in total for the Matco Tools Truck Championship. Season number 2, and the next stop will be the Dodge Motordrome. But as they have now taken the white and yellow flags. Shout out here to Jesse Turner. He's going to be finishing 7th. Jacob Dillons will round up the top 10. Roger Ray is up there. But man, is it cool to have some of these big names. Although I will admit, I can attribute some of those to the fact that there were some illegal pingings of people in Discords and Facebooks to get some of those big guys to sign up, which I appreciate, but don't condone too much of. But yeah, well, Trey Wright just punched his ticket into the chase. Congrats, There is no chase. There is no chase in either series. So hey, he just got to win, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, will be NASCAR Nerd 34's first victory on the channel, because I know that I think he briefly changed his name in the Discord to when will I get a tier N win or something like that. Well, it looks like it is going to come here today at Daytona in the first race of this season of the MTTC. That just does not have as nice of a ring to it as NCCS does. As they're going to come out turn 4 behind the pace truck. The Bubba Wallace throwback that was initially listed as a number 54 for some dumb reason. Trey Wright behind the wheel. Timed it perfectly. He led at both the cautions. And on this second one, it's a move that won him the race. To the checkered and yellow flags, the number 34, Trey Wright, taking home the first victory of the season. And hopefully gaining some momentum to start the season off. We'll see what he'll be able to do with that as the season goes on. But big win there, here at Daytona. Great stuff for Trey Wright. Well done there. Time to do what me and FFan do. A winner's list, so you remember who has a win and who doesn't. I probably should, but that would be a ridiculous amount to maintain. Plus, I am also needing to be careful about space on this laptop. It's slowly starting to get down there. I mean, it's still plenty safe. Still at 45 gigs, but it was at 70 at one point, and I'm trying to keep it decent. There was a chase in 98, I beg your pardon. And Code, I believe you bought it home in 8th place. You know, we'll confirm that here. Top 10, Trey Wright with the victory. Congrats there. Griffin Lynn, Emily Anderson, Daniel Bouchard, Zachary DeLello, Matthew Hartford, Jesse Turner, Roger Ray, Matthew Phillips, Jacob Dillons, officially the top 10. And then Colton Yo, Tom Jonas, Josephine O'Neill, Aldra Baranowskis, and pole sitter Zachary Fitzwater. Rounding out the top 10 positions. Oscar Anderson, Adam McDowell, Joe Jefferson, Carter Friesen, Ethan Matheson, the top 20. So a decent race there. Again, next race for this series will be the Dodge Motordrome. That track will be making its return. That will be for, I think, the Traxxas 200, but I can't remember for sure. And NCCS, of course, to kick off their season. That will be on this very racetrack on Tuesday. That is the plan, at least. Meantime, let's get this exported. MTTC number 1 in the books. As they're crashing into each other, coming into the pits. Well done. Use a pen and paper like ancient people. Which is this pen and paper that you are speaking of? I use chisel and rock. Okay, that's interesting. An interesting point to bring up there. But as there are the full results, again, not how some of these guys like Sebastian Kukla and Patrick Smith, Mark Davidson, Eli Bright, not how they wanted to start their season. But hey, they got plenty of time. Got 14 races to do it. We'll definitely be able to see them make a rally. I will be using Score 4 then, but obviously not much reason to at the moment. Because, well, this is probably how the points stack up anyway. So, quick trip to victory lane. Trey Wright, the 34. If it ever loads up, there we go. Pretty darn cool. And I'm already choking this. Great job, and big congrats. those fools better remember what happened to Keselowski when he was slamming into people on pit road. Oof. Moo. Well, gotta say, after about a month of no racing, pretty cool to bring that back. I enjoyed that, and we'll see how the rest of the season plays out. We'll see how NCCS plays out. Still 18 races planned for that, and then of course the proper announcement will be streamed for what I mentioned earlier, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can either go back and watch or wait for the announcement. But we'll be discussing that in further detail at a later time. So until then, I'll leave y'all on that one. That was good stuff. And looking forward to Tuesday. You can already tell I am not good at segueing into other points. Ah, yes, the good old Carter Friesen line. No you. So yeah, think I'm got nothing much else to say. Great racing there. Congrats to Trey Reich, bringing it home for the first race of the season. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I will see y'all for NCCS from Daytona on Tuesday, or possibly if I make that announcement stream tomorrow. Keep an eye out for that. I might do that if I get excited enough, which, knowing me, I'm sure I will. So until then, have yourselves a good night. Thank you for tuning in. It's good to be back. And as always, let's just have some fun these seasons before the ever-so-dreaded college begins for me. Oh joy. Have a good night, y'all. Take care. And bye for now.